What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're gonna be messing with the F-150 still. I noticed that when I took off the front air dam for my 2018 F-150 that my gas mileage started going down, but I actually didn't realize that until super recently. I actually took it off about 2 weeks ago, and I've been driving around a lot, and I was curious. I was like, man, it seems like I'm getting like a mile or a mile and a half less per gallon, which, you know, big whoop, it's a truck, right? But I drive a lot, so I kind of need that gas mileage. So I think today I am going to put it back on, but I want to show you guys what it looks like with it off before I put it back on, because it actually looks so much better, and it makes it look like I have a lot more ground clearance than I probably really do. But check this out. You can see that now. Right there, see those 3 clips? But look, it looks like it's got a lot more ground clearance than normal. A lot more. So I'm gonna put this balance back on, and I'm really hoping that it actually helps my gas mileage, even though I'm driving a truck, and at some point it's gonna get lifted bigger, it's gonna get bigger tires, like the gas mileage is just gonna go down. But until that day, I wanna put this back on, see if it actually makes a difference. I'm gonna drive around with it for 2 weeks or so and see if I actually get my gas mileage back. But let's get this sucker slapped back on and see what happens. First, I gotta grab my tools. Don't mind the mess over here. I know it's not a big mess, but I gotta grab the tools real quick, so just hang tight. Oh man, I'm a big fan of Craftsman tools. Everyone says to get like Milwaukee, and you know, I will at some point. I'll definitely upgrade, but until that day, we've got some Craftsman. We got a Craftsman Impact, and I think we need a 10 millimeter, so let me go get the actual balance itself. It's hidden back here in this mess of a closet, but let me go find that thing. Let's get over here and let's get this thing slapped on. I think at some point though, I'm gonna cut it and make it look a little bit better, because I don't like how low it hangs, and I'm not sure if it needs to stay exactly the size it is in order to be the most fuel efficient. But I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna mark it up, and then I'm gonna see if I can get it cut to be the right size. In order to do it, I'm gonna need to go get a Dremel from my dad, so probably go do that a different day. But for now, I'm gonna slap this thing back on and get it going. You wouldn't think that this thing would be that big of a deal for gas mileage and for a truck, but obviously, you know, Ford does it for a reason and designs these things for the best MPG they can possibly get. But look at this thing. It's maybe 4 inches wide, and it just goes on the bottom of the truck. So we'll get this thing slapped on. I'll show you what it looks like. And yeah, I guess this will help with my gas mileage. But before I put it on, look at this right here. If you follow this line, I think this is where I'm gonna cut. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do, because it goes all the way across. So I'll cut off the main part. It'll hang down a little bit, you know, a little bit of a flap, but otherwise it won't be too bad. So I'm gonna put this thing back on, and I'm dreading putting it on because I really like the way it looks without it. But that gas mileage, baby, that is so important to me. So let's get her back on right now. Uh-oh. Gotta take off all the bolts so I can put this thing back on, and I gotta slap all the bolts back in. Kind of a pain, but thank God for power tools, am I right? This drill, guys, this Craftsman drill, the 20 volt, I bought this thing at, I think it was Lowe's, and it came with 2, and it was $100. And oh my God, this thing has been able to do so many different things for me. And it wasn't even like a $250 Milwaukee or a DeWalt. I mean, honestly, this Craftsman thing does absolutely great. I'm hoping it holds out for a while, but until we start doing some more work on the truck, we gotta use this, then we'll start getting some more tools. Probably start buying some Snap-on at some point, just because we know the quality holds up, and they pretty much warranty just about everything. So I got all these bolts out. Let's go slap this thing on. This thing, it will be easy to put on, but you gotta make sure you get it lined up right. So here goes nothing. Couple clips. All right, it's clipped in. Let's start all these things. All right, got them all set in there. Got to come in with the impact, tighten them all up. There you have it, guys. The F-150 2018 air dam is back on, and God, I hate the look, but for now, it'll do until I get the chance to actually trim it. But there you go, look at that. You see it? Not a whole lot to it, just this little 3 or 4 inch piece, but supposedly the Ford engineers know exactly what they're doing to optimize gas mileage as best they can for a truck, and we got it back on, and let's just hope it starts bringing our gas mileage back. We don't know, but over the next 2 weeks, we should be able to figure it out. You know what else? I think while we're at it, I'm gonna take the running boards off the truck real quick. I wanna see what it looks like without them, mainly because I only have the level kit on it, and I can get away with still getting in and out of the truck without the running boards. But let me find the right bit, and let's at least test it to see what it looks like. And if it looks good, who knows, maybe we'll leave the running boards off the truck too. Well, I've got about 6 different sockets here, so let's see which one fits, and let's get these things off. I think we found our winner. I think we found it, guys. We got what do we got here? 13 millimeter. Get our good old trusty 13 millimeter hooked up, and let's get these things cranked off, and let's see what this looks like. I hope it looks good, because maybe I'll roll with it that way for a little bit. All right, I'm gonna jump into the truck here and get these all undone and get this running board off. Let's check it out. Well, this sucks. I think we're gonna have to hand crank these things off because, yeah, this is a little bit too long to fit under there, and I don't have a compact one. So let's get under there and we'll start hand cranking, unfortunately. We will keep our Pittsburgh handy dandy, why can I not think of this? It's a torque wrench, that's what it is. It says it right on it, there you go. It's a torque wrench, but we'll keep this thing handy in case we don't like the look of them off, and we'll tighten it back up to spec. But let's go get them off now that I got this hand crank, and it's gonna take a minute. So I think I'm gonna put it on a time lapse. Time out for just a second. I'm laying on the floor, I'm undoing these bolts, and then I'm looking up at my mirror, and I'm not sure what this is. Maybe you guys can help tell me what that is. Not sure if you can see it. There you go. Check that out. So, I know on a lot of the Platinums, Limiteds, Lariats, they all have options to have like 360-degree cameras. And I'm not sure if that's what that's all about, but if it is, it's definitely only on the one mirror. But if that's what it is, maybe I ought to go order a camera to put in that spot, because that would be sweet to have it on an XLT. Not sure how I wire it in, but let me finish taking this thing off. All right, you guys, I finally got this thing off, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I'm kind of not sure how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I'm feeling a little impartial. I actually think I like the look of having the running board on it more than having it off. It definitely looks like it has more ground clearance, but now you're staring at the frame of the truck. It might not be that easy for you guys to see, so it definitely looks like it's taller, you know. See that? Definitely, you know, looks like we got maybe 18 inches of ground clearance across. And to say, it's pretty clean, but like, I'm not loving it, to be honest with you. I'm really not. I think that I'm actually gonna put them back on the truck and leave it, unless you guys have a recommendation for like a different set of running boards to get, or yeah, I don't know. I'm not digging it, to be honest with you. I'm not digging it at all. I'll show you the other side real quick while we're out here, so you can kind of make your judgment as well. But I think I like it better with the running boards. There you go. There's the side with the running boards. Probably terrible lighting right now. I'm digging it. But you know what I think we need? We do need running boards, but I think we need to go ahead and get some of those the Raptor running boards. They're a little more slick, and I don't want to say they act as like a rock slider, but they're definitely a little better than what I have on it. So I'm going to slap this thing back on, because now that I think about it, I actually hate the way it looks. So I'm going to get it back on, and hopefully we can start looking for some other ones. All right, well, I got the running board back on. I need to look up the torque specs for it, because I have no idea what they are, and I'm not going to go with hand tight, because every time I do that, I either over tighten or under tighten. So they're back on. I need to search on Ford's site, or at least on Google, what the foot-pounds per square inch torque, whatever the torque specs are for the actual thing itself. So I'm gonna do that right now, and then we'll get this tightened back up. Well, I am definitely no mechanic, but that's what this channel is about. It's about learning how to work on your own stuff, and just planning right out, just figuring it out. So I got the running board back on. I had to figure out my torque wrench, but I got these all tightened down to about 15 foot-pounds of torque is what I found online. But I also saw something that said 34, and I'm not quite sure, can't talk, not quite sure what to go with, but they seem pretty solid, like they're on there pretty good. So with that being said, let's go take this sucker for a drive. All right, guys, we just took the truck for a drive. Everything seems to be just fine on it. And I didn't take you with me because I'm sort of kind of filming another video from inside the truck. So I didn't take you with me on this one. Thanks for tuning in. I know it was nothing special, but on the next one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that air dam exactly to the shape that I want. So stay tuned for that. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.